Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. Hey guys, how's it going? TT Nudge, Trent, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. I am Sri Lankan Sammi. Sammi in Cebu, coming to you live from sunny and partly cloudy Cebu today. I was supposed to do this live stream on my phone from outside, but unfortunately today I am still recovering from a head cold that I caught sometime. I'm pretty sure I caught it on Saturday or Sunday because Tuesday morning I woke up with a little scratch in my throat, and that got a little bit worse, and I went and got medicine. So I had like throat spray, throat spray and nasal decongestant along with vitamin C liquid and paracetamol, which is like aspirin. So when I get sick, I can feel it in my shoulder, in my bones, in my neck and my bones. And then I can, I feel it in my nose and my throat. I didn't have a cough and I wasn't sneezing and I didn't have a fever. But what I had was that my head was stuffed. And because I know my body, I know that if I don't take care of it, I'll get a sinus infection. And if I get a sinus infection, that's it. I'm out for like a week and a half. Sorry, guys, people are texting me. I don't know why people are texting me here. So that's Terry. He is feeling better as well. He had he's been carrying on an infection. And here's the thing, when you get to be our age, like over 50-ish, it takes longer to heal. Like you cut your skin, it takes days. It takes days to heal. Like I scraped my knuckle. I don't know if you can see it right there. Little tiny hole right there. Okay. 3 days ago, and it's still scabbed over. It hasn't fully healed. It takes so long for our bodies to heal on the outside. Conversely, it probably takes a long time to heal on the inside. So when I get like a respiratory infection, like a cold or a flu or allergies, and I get the postnasal drip, like that, and you swallow it, that gets an infection here, which goes up into my sinus. I don't know how it works. Fresh pineapple. Oh, so good. Darren, good day, mate. I'm meeting so many people from Australia, from Melbourne and Perth and Sydney, that are on vacation here. And they're all complaining how they have to go back home to the cold weather. So I hope you're doing well too. So yeah, I'm recovering. And so one of the things I did on Tuesday was I could feel it starting on Tuesday morning. So Tuesday afternoon, I went down to the pharmacy and I explained my symptoms and my condition, that I'm prone to sinus infections and I want to prevent postnasal drip. I'm not concerned about fever or anything like that. I just want to minimize the postnasal drip because that is what causes the other problems. So she said, we have pills or we have spray. And I say, I prefer liquid. I don't prefer pills, because I like it to coat my throat and stuff like that. So I also have a decongestant, a mucus decongestant for my chest. And I'm still having like my nose. So it's gonna take, wow. Yeah, it's Terry. It's like, I texted him and see how he's doing. And he's still recovering from an infection. He has double whammy. So he had a cold and then he got a sinus infection. So he's been out for like 2 or 3 weeks. Uh, John is still um, having troubles with his back. He's done a bone problem with his back. But I mean, he's a young guy, so he's younger, so he'll recover. It's just that he's been working out so hard. I'm really proud of him, how hard he's been working out. He's having issues with his condo, though. That's one of the prevailing things I've noticed about here. I thought it was cold in Australia, in the southern parts. Oh no, wait a minute. This is December, so it's summer for you. Sorry, I mixed up. How come they didn't correct me? Maybe I'm confused. Maybe I'm just an idiot. Yeah, so when it's winter in the northern hemisphere, it's summer in the southern hemisphere. Okay. Am I correct in that? So this is your warm part of the year at this time. When it's cold in Canada and Europe, it's warm for you. Am I correct? Jesus, -20, brother. Oh, just listening to that gives me, oh. And you're in, I think, if I remember, I gotta write this shit down. You're in Minnesota, if I recall. You're in the central United States. Yeah, no thank you. No thank you, brother. We woke up this morning to a little bit of chilly weather here. It was 28 degrees Celsius, right? Yeah, Darren, summer. Yeah, it's your summer. Yeah, so I think, I don't know why I kept saying, oh, it's cold there. Because, you see, I've never been south of the equator. I've been very close to the equator. Yeah, Minnesota. Okay. I've been very close to the equator. The closest to the equator I've been is southern part of Sri Lanka and Singapore. So I'm about 150 kilometers from the equator, but I've never crossed the equator. I've always wanted to go to Bali just so I can cross the equator, or Borneo or something like that. But yeah, I knew that it was your winter. It doesn't click because it's something that I've never experienced. So you have to like kind of memorize that it's like that. So anyway, what's going on is that a lot of my friends are recovering from some kind of wave of illness, respiratory illness that's been spreading around Cebu. So it's not only people in Mactan Newtown. So everyone I know is got a respiratory illness, except for John, who has a back issue. Paul got sick. So he and I probably got sick we both got sick at the same time. So we probably caught it on Saturday night when we went to the club. So it's almost a week that we have been not feeling well. I'm 90% recovered. 90%. Terry has an infection that he says he's 95% recovered. He's functional. It's taking a long time to get over that last, thing. And at our age, what you got to do is you cannot stop your medication until days after you feel 100%. If you're on antibiotics or something, don't stop when you start feeling better. Keep it going until days after you are 100%. Yeah. Trent, let me tell you something. I grew up in Ontario, all right? In Northern Ontario. And I remember in grade 6 walking to school for 15 minutes in -30-degree wind chill. And I've driven a motorcycle in Korea in -10-degree weather in a motorcycle. So gloves, mittens, then heated gloves, okay? Knee pads, multiple layers of underwear, tights, long johns, jeans, and then knee pads and shin guards. to keep my legs warm, heated boots, double pairs of socks, like 2 pairs of underwear, and like a t-shirt, then a thermal shirt, and then another tight shirt, then a sweater, then a jacket, then a padded vest, and then like, oh, the neck warmers, the face mask, the eye goggles, the full helmet. Oh my God. I was warm, but that air, man, it hurts your lungs. You can feel it in your bones even when you're inside the house. I never want to be like that ever again. The coldest I've ever been in the last 5 years since I left Korea was 22 degrees when I was in upcountry in Sri Lanka. And that was cold for us. I remember Dad was covered up in a blanket around his head. He had the blanket over his head and he was wrapped up like a little Eskimo. It was hilarious. It was 22 degrees Celsius. But without the humidity, it feels cold for us, especially if you've lived in Sri Lanka for years. Absolutely, Darren. Like, let me tell you something. We all think we're smarter than everybody else. And I'll tell you one thing is this. Always take your medicine till you finish the medicine. You don't know what's going on inside your body. You have to finish that medicine, let me tell you. I'm almost out of this. I'm gonna go buy some more. And this saved my life, let me tell you. This goes up into my sinuses and just keeps that thing. It hurts like hell going up the nose. Ah, but it gets up into the sinus and I can feel it just working. Oh, working miracles. Let me tell you something. Anyway, I was supposed to do the live out on the street today, but I just can't. I woke up like 10 minutes before the live stream started, and when I'm done this, I'm gonna go back to bed and just rest because I'm tired. I went out last night for a little bit to meet up with Tim and James. We had a couple drinks locally. I didn't have to go far. We just went downstairs. What did I do yesterday? I slept all day. Did I? I don't even remember what I did yesterday. The days are becoming very like normal for me. Yeah, yesterday I just relaxed. Thursday I went to the beach. Tim came and I hung out at the beach with him all day. Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday I just stayed at home and slept. Thursday Tim came by with his sister-in-law and wife and we hung out at the beach. They loved it, their first time. They want to come back. Friday I slept all day and then went out and met Tim and another friend. Today I was supposed to meet up with another friend. He wanted to go locally, just down like 20 minutes down the road here in Lapu-Lapu to go to a restaurant. But I feel warm. I don't have a fever, but I should rest because I have to go out tonight. And I don't want to be sick going out. I don't feel tired. So after this, I want to do a little bit of editing, maybe produce a video, go down to the pool and produce a video. I have to produce some content and then do some editing, but then take a nap in the afternoon. I have to take a nap in the afternoon. And that's the thing about when you get older, small things like a flu or a cold, which someone who's younger or, more active, 2-3 days and you're kind of okay. Here, now when you get older, I'm noticing that it takes a week or more to like get back to like 100%, where you're not like, I'm so tired. I couldn't even go to the gym because it's not good to exert yourself when you're sick because your immune system is fighting, right? So it's not COVID, okay? So please, I don't have COVID. I'm fully vaccinated. I had my booster shot a year ago. And 6 months ago, I had my antigen test. I tested my blood for the vaccine, and the doctor said I have very high resistance. So, and I did a rapid test anyways. As soon as I got sick, I did a rapid test, and I don't have COVID. It's just a cold that hurts. That hurts because of my age. And that's Paul. He just texted me as well. He's still not feeling 100%. Um, but he got his condo renewed, so he re-signed for 1 year. Princess Jasmine booked her airline ticket on Friday. She's coming here on the 20th of January. She'll stay for 8 or 9 days. I've taken the days off, and we're going to go to the beach. We're going to go to the ocean. We're going to go out. We're going to do shopping. We're going to eat. We're going to have fun. We're going to relax. She's going to enjoy her time here. You guys have met her before on my old channel, and we've traveled together before. She's another good friend of mine I've known for 10 years. You guys are going to like her. She's very beautiful. Go figure that I have beautiful friends. Anyway, you guys are going to love her. She's funny. She's so funny. I just booked her, reserved her a condo. I went and paid my utility bill, which was 5,300 pesos, which is just about $75-80 for a month. So that was 3,300 for electricity, which is about $50 for electricity. $35 for internet, 2,000 pesos. I could get it cheaper, but $35 is not that big of a deal for internet. Water was like $2, and then an admin fee of $3 for them to pay my bills. I could do it myself, but it's not a big deal. When I move here for a year, then I will pay my own bills. Just making plans with Paul for tomorrow. I haven't seen him since Monday, I think. Yeah, since Monday. So here's the other thing that I wanted to mention as well is I've heard some, I don't know if it's disturbing, but it's concerning. So I noticed that the condos here are 50-50 upkept. I've noticed that cosmetically, there's some areas of improvement, which means that structurally, it may not be the best. And I'm talking from the grounds. So like the actual building property. The individual units, mine's a basic unit. They haven't done anything. They put a couch, a table, 2 chairs, that's it, and a bed. There's no paintings, there's no shelves, there's no end tables, there's nothing in here. There's no, you guys have seen the condo tour. It's very minimalistic in this condo. There are no end tables. There's no, other than the coffee table and the table I'm sitting on right now, there's nothing, which I found strange, but I like it. I prefer less clutter. Because some of the other condos I saw, there's like pictures all over the wall and floating shelves and little tables and knickknacks and things. I'm like, oh, all this shit makes me feel crowded. I don't like that. So, but here's the issue. I noticed that after I arrived here, that this condo had not been used in a long time, because there was a layer of dust in the bathroom that I discovered when I was cleaning. That was like, wow, this has not been used in a while. And then when I sprayed for bugs, all the cockroaches coming out of the woodwork, even the sofa had cockroaches in it. Now, I'm used to that because I live in the tropics, but it shows that there's little maintenance, like, preventative maintenance being done. And then John, his condo has mold in the walls from a leak above. I've noticed that the condos here are leaky. There's water pouring from everywhere. You can see the water stains, not in my condo. The first thing I did when I walked in is I looked at the roof in the bathroom and the laundry room, because the condos are stacked. So above me is the same thing, right? The laundry room is above me in the next condo. So I looked in that area to see if there was any leaks from the unit above me, and checking for mold being painted over, right? That's the thing you got to check. I checked the air cons. Now, I don't really use them. I use the dehumidifier feature, but when I get my next condo for a year, I'm going to ask for a receipt of the air conditioners being cleaned and disinfected. And the entire apartment sprayed for bugs, like not just a little with a can from the cleaner, talking professional, and I want receipts. Because if I'm going to live there for a year, I want it perfect. John has mold to the point where he had to move out for 2 or 3 days. I don't know. He hasn't updated me. I only talked to him 2 days ago. He hasn't updated me as to what's going on, but he's sick, and I hope he gets that taken care of, either move to a new unit or what have you. When I moved in, my washing machine didn't work, but they fixed it right away, like within an hour. Terry, his washing machine is broken. Toilet seat was broken. The toilet was not attached to the ground, which is strange. Paul hasn't had any issues, but he's lived in that place for a year, and it's a 1-bedroom. And, and here's the thing is that all of these people have the same property manager. So there's something to be said about the fact that a lot of these places run on Airbnb. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying you need to look at the little things, right? And after you live here for a while, you notice, you go to the gym and you see, oh, why is there a hole in the ceiling there? Because they access that to go up into the ceiling to fix something, but they never fix the hole. Why are there plaster on the wall, but they haven't painted it? Why did they put plaster there? Because they had to break that to go in there to fix something, and then didn't paint over it. So Tito George, yeah, I'm talking about the place I'm living in right now. And this is the same that I've heard across a lot of the condos in Cebu. When Anuj was here, the one he was living in, he said it was god-awful. He couldn't believe it, how bad it was. And these are a lot of Airbnb. Yeah. And I'm seeing that on the Facebook forums. A lot of the Aliyah Mall area, IT Park area, condos are all Airbnb. And here's the thing, this is high season. This is holiday season we're getting into. And then it's only going to get worse next month when we have Sinulog. Just the people coming in and out, they're not maintaining the condos, and the wear and tear on a condo when the person who's living there doesn't own it, it's just extra. OZ316, thank you for joining. You're new here. I haven't seen you before. Thank you for joining. Can you let me know where you're calling from, where you're watching from? I would appreciate that. I'm going to assume you're Australian because it's Aussie. I'm going to assume that you're from Australia. Darren is also from Australia. So please say hi to Darren. Darren's one of my OG, original supporters back from my old channel. And I've actually met him 2 times in Sri Lanka. So please say hi to each other. Darren, I'm trying to remember. Think you're from Melbourne? I'm sorry, brother. My memory is just so bad. I really don't. I got to start writing these things down. Coffee and chat, walk and talk. Brother, let me tell you, I love doing those. And stories about life, exactly what my channel is about. All right? No BS, living life. I'm not doing reviews, restaurant reviews, condo reviews. I do talk about cost of living, but I'm talking about the mind, the body, the soul of retirement. It's like a Truman Show. All right? So Aussie316, Darren lives in Ballarat. I've never heard of that. It's a nice name. It's an interesting name. So if you're from Australia as well, let me know. Yeah, Tito George, let me tell you something. Okay. I'm not being critical about Cebu or Philippines or anything like that. But I have never in my life heard of a condo that didn't have problems. Okay? Whether it's in Canada, whether it was in Europe, Korea. Now, Korea, structural problems, no. What it is the density issues and the parking issues and the garbage issues and the noise issues and the smoking and the balcony, like pouring water off the balcony or throwing garbage off the balcony. Because of the density issue in Korea, that's what causes the problems. The Korean buildings are constructed quite well now because of the disasters that occurred in the past. They're very strict on those because there are so many condos. 90% of people live in condominiums. Now, I lived in villas, and they were built pieces of shit, but they were cheap. And they were sometimes really beautiful. And you can't beat the views living on the mountain overlooking Seoul City. I lived in Namsan, which is the mountain in central Seoul overlooking Gangnam. It was just, it's where all the rich people live as well. I wasn't rich, but it's where they all live. My house actually overlooked the CEO of Samsung's house. When I met him one time, I mentioned to him, oh, by the way, I can see your house from mine. I made it as a joke. He says, really? I get, no, but I live like up here. He said, oh, that's a nice area. I said, yes. I said, you have a lovely home though. I've seen it. And he says, oh, very nice. We should invite you over for dinner one time. I said, sir, please. Thank you. Because I worked at Samsung for many years. I used to teach a lot of their CEOs English skills. Tito, yeah, you lived in Korea for 15 years. I was there about 18 years. I left 5-6 years ago. I arrived in 2007. I lived in Yongsan. I lived in Namsan. I lived near the Hyatt Hotel. I used to actually work I worked as a teacher. So I worked doing corporate teaching in the mornings, and then I did hagwons in the afternoon and evenings. And then on weekends, I actually ran one of the biggest nightclubs in Itaewon, B1, which was underneath the Hamilton Hotel. I did that for like, jeez, 8 years. And before that, I did another club in Itaewon, and then another club before that in Hongdae. And when COVID started is when I left Korea to go to Sri Lanka and continue working online. I work online right now in Korea because I still have my permanent residence. So I'll continue working part-time in Korea and earn my Korean money and then spend it in countries like Sri Lanka and the Philippines. So thank you, Tito, for joining. I appreciate that. Yes, Osan is cheaper than Seoul. Seoul is very expensive, one of the most expensive cities in the world. I'm going to assume that you were military if you were living in Osan, because that's a military town. Where are you now? When did you leave Korea? I miss Korea, but I mean, here in Cebu, it's like I'm in Korea because I meet Koreans every day. So many Koreans. There's a Korean school here, right across the street, and part of their package is that when they bring their kids here for English camp, then they get to stay in the condo as well as part of that. They rent them a condo. Civilian contractor. Yeah, I had tons of friends who were civilian contractors. GS-12s, GS-13s, Signal Intel. Ooh, so many. That, the maximum they could stay as a civilian contractor was, I think, 8 years. So yeah. Oh, yeah, 3 years now. Yeah, IT Park is nice. And the problem with IT Park for me, though, is that sorry, give me 1 second. I had to spy on my neighbors. So the neighbors across the hall, the unit across the hall is an Airbnb. It's a 1-bedroom. It's really nice, but it's above Paul. Paul is my neighbor 1 floor down. So he always wants to know who is living there because of the noise, right? Because they're moving. He said the last neighbors were moving chairs and dropping crap all over the place. I guess they didn't realize that when you live in an apartment, you have to be careful. Yeah, so Cebu IT Park for 3 years now. Wow. Tito, listen, let's meet up sometime. Why don't you hit me up? Let me send you my WhatsApp and we can, if you're interested. I mean, you don't have to, okay? I'm not forcing you to, brother. But if you'd like to, have a coffee together, we can. I would love to interview you about your opinions on retiring in Southeast Asia. Like, what's your idea? Like, why did you choose Southeast Asia? Things like that. I would love to do that. Let's talk. I mean, I'm not, you don't have to, or let's just hang out. I love meeting new friends. Let me send you my WhatsApp. All right, here it is. Actually, the background is Negombo Beach in Sri Lanka. There's my WhatsApp link. That is Negombo Beach in Sri Lanka, looking from the lobby of the JetBlue hotel in Negombo, looking towards the ocean. So yeah, that's my hometown, brother. Sorry. Negombo, Sri Lanka. But yeah, one of the beautiful things about Sri Lanka is the size of the sand. The beach is just like 500-600 meters to get to the ocean. It's just so beautiful. Unfortunately, the waters in around my area are very rough. You're never going to find a calm sea. It's very dangerous. You cannot go into the ocean past your knees. I've never swam in Negombo into the ocean. In Colombo, a little bit at in the southern part, Mount Lavinia. I mean, I've swam in Mirisa and Weligama. I've swam in Jaffna when I went up north. I've swam in the east coast in Aragon Bay. In Trincomalee, I swam there. Passaguda, yeah, absolutely. But on the west coast, it's really, really rough because of the way the ocean currents come in the Bay of Bengal or in the Indian Ocean. I can't remember which one. But on the west coast, the way the ocean currents come, it's just awful. You have to remember that between Sri Lanka and going south, there's nothing. If you go south from Sri Lanka, your next stop is Antarctica. There's nothing but open ocean south of Sri Lanka. South, southeast, and southwest, there's nothing but open ocean. If you go southeast and southwest, you're going to hit the southern tip of South America or the southern tip of either Australia or Indonesia or those kinds of places. It's this much of like open ocean. All of this is open ocean. So it's really, really rough. Really, really rough. South of Sri Lanka, there's nothing south of Sri Lanka. Except the Maldives, maybe. They're not south. They're southwest of Sri Lanka. Seychelles? Below Maldives. I don't know if there's anything below Maldives. Oh, Diego Garcia. That's just a speck of rock in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I know Diego Garcia, but nobody can go there, right? That's a private island. There's no tourism. Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, Darren, there is no real beach access in Negombo. There's no beach access in Negombo. It's, I touch the water because I like to touch the ocean just for like symbolic purposes. But let me tell you something. It's just, god awful. It's really, really rough. Even in Colombo, in Gullface, I see people in the ocean. I'm like, how do you do that? It's so dangerous. Every week I'm hearing of people drowning in the ocean. Now, my cousin, her husband swims in the ocean. He's a professional swimmer. But I mean, he knows how to get past the waves and get out there. I have a story. Now, I'm a master scuba diver. I know the ocean. I understand the ocean. I know how dangerous it is. And let's say about 25 years ago. So I would have been 40-ish, 38-ish. Just after my divorce, I went to Cuba for 2 weeks. And I'm a strong swimmer. At that time, I was still strong, but I was older, heavier. I was much heavier when I was 38. I was 100 kilos. I was overweight. And, but I still thought I was strong. And I remember I'm in Cuba and I decide to swim out to the sandbar where the waves are breaking. And so I swim out and I break through the waves, like you dive under the waves and then you swim out. Now I'm tired when I get out there and I go to touch the bottom, there's no bottom. I look underwater, I can't see the bottom. So I've miscalculated where this sandbar is, or it doesn't exist. So now I'm like, okay, don't panic. But I can't swim back. I'm too tired. So I get on my back. I'm beyond the breakers, so the ocean is calm. It's just rolling, right? So I'm sitting there. I'm on my back. I'm just lying there resting. I see some people also in the surf, and I start moving towards them just in case. So about 15 minutes later, I'm rested now. I decide, okay, I'm going to swim back. So, through a combination of body surfing and swimming with the waves, I make it back to shore. And I get to the shore, I crawl up onto the beach and I kiss the sand and I say, I'm never going in the ocean ever again, because I almost drowned. And I can see why people drown, because when you get out there and you can't touch the bottom, your first reaction is panic. Like, what do I do? But I was smart enough that I remained calm. I got on my back and I just floated. So I didn't have to tread water and tire myself out. So it was really good. Yeah, Tito, like when you get older, you forget how old you are, and you forget how unforgiving Mother Nature is. Hiking, swimming, mountain climbing. No. Not doing it. Zip lining, parasailing, jet skiing, banana boat. No, thank you. No. Those banana boats that whip you around and then you fall off and stuff, just break your back. Snap your neck. No, thank you. Zip lines. Oh, bungee jumping. I've seen people snap their freaking backs off on those things. Hiking, you twist an ankle, break your head. Forget about it. Canyoneering. No, thank you. No. I'll swim with the whales because I got my life jacket on and I'm swimming. Lady Sarah pisses me off so many times. She doesn't want to wear a life jacket. I'm like, please, I cannot swim out to help you. I'm not strong enough. I want to update you guys on the sound. As of the 20th, today or tomorrow, Monday, starting on Monday, those videos are going to be edited a little bit differently. I am focusing on the sound. Now, listen, I don't know. Somebody complained and said that they heard my voice on one side of their speaker and the music on the other side of the speaker, and it annoyed them. And I'm like, I don't know how that's possible, because I listen to the videos. Well, I am starting to now. And I don't edit like that. Like it's stereo. So it has to be on your end. Now, I'm not going to blame people or anything like that, but I'm editing the video to increase the volume of my speech to 150%, and I reduce the volume of the music to 3%. So when people say they can't hear me speaking because of the music, I don't understand. I can hear it. So I've increased it. I've changed it. There's subtitles. I know some people don't like reading subtitles, but I have a lot of people who do like it. But I have to keep the music. It's part of the algorithm. When you layer things into your video, like subtitles, text, animations, graphics, whatever it is, and music, it improves the algorithm. All right. And this is straight from my SEO company, right? This is their job, is to research the algorithm and make sure that people understand how the algorithm works. So I'm sorry, I'm never getting rid of the music. I'm never getting rid of subtitles. I'm never getting rid of text. I'm doing the way I need to do to build the algorithm. That's it. I'll try to adjust it, but I'm not getting rid of music. But I'm listening to what you guys are saying. So I apologize for Paul's interview, but it was such a good interview that I couldn't redo it. And the mic failed. I mean, that's a technical error. That's all on me. All right. I didn't do it on purpose, but it's a technical error that I didn't discover until editing. The mic just didn't pick up his. We both had microphones on. Mine worked, his didn't. I don't know why. I came back home, I tested them, it worked. I tested it before, it worked. I don't know what happened in that instance. So, but the video was so good that I didn't want to redo it. I'm gonna re-interview Terry in January and see what his opinion of Philippines is like. I want to say hello to some new subscribers. All right. Clayton T, thank you very much for joining. Ron W, Paul W, Riley USA, thank you. Ian J, very nice. Mulatto Man, interesting name, thank you for joining. Tredge D, thank you. And Love Life, I like that one. Love Life. You've got to love life. Can't let life live you. We are, as of today, 50% to monetization. I also want to give a special shout out to Joshua Wellington. Brother, wow, your work, you are working to make my channel better. You're actually physically working every single day. Love, double, triple love to you, my friend. Every video has a comment. And I've said this. It helps the engagement. And he just puts a TY, thank you. He's helping the channel by engaging. And I love that. And you just, you know, everyone does it, but you know, Joshua is like going that extra mile. Yeah, Trent, you know, I did a video a couple days ago about happiness is just a state of mind. That video is coming out this week sometime. Happiness is a state of mind, and you need to stop things from infecting you or affecting you or effecting you, whatever. You'll see in the vlog where I interact with a few people at like 7-Eleven or wherever, and they're just like, you're such a happy person. And it's like, why else? Why not? It doesn't take a lot of effort. It's free. And you leave behind positive energy. If I didn't make you smile, then what good am I as a person? Right? Like, and you will remember this interaction for the next few hours and you'll be feeling good. I've done something nice. Is it for karma or reward or spirituality? Who knows? I'm just spreading. Because you never know who you're going to meet. And I live in a small community. Everybody knows me. Terry was out having lunch and he met a girl. And he kind of mentioned, oh yeah, I have a friend who lives here and his name is Sam. She goes, oh, I know Sam. I see him all over the place. Such a happy guy. Yeah. All the staff know me. All the hotel staff, all the local security guards, the marshals who patrol the streets, all the staff members of all the restaurants and places I go to. They all know me. Well, I mean, who can forget this ugly face, right? There's not a lot of brown-skinned people here. And, you know, most of the foreigners are either Korean, Japanese, or white. There's a few African Americans, but I haven't seen, other than a few Indian tourists that I saw a couple days ago, I haven't seen anyone in the condos. So, you know, I'm unique. what else is going on? Yeah, I really have to do a video today because I have to catch up on some producing for next week. Oh yeah, next week the live stream will be live from Tim's house on Christmas Eve. Please join us. Oh, you're from New Zealand. Nice. The live stream on Wednesday night, Cebu time, will be from Tim's house, and we're going to go for hours. So we're going to have dinner with family and friends, and I hope you guys can join and celebrate my birthday at midnight, because my birthday is on Christmas Day. So the 25th at midnight, we will cheers my 58th year around the sun, hoping for another 58. I plan to live to be 113. I don't believe in predictions or things like that, or fortune tellers, but in Korea they do the fortune telling and the shaman thing. So I've been to a shaman a few times on dates. They love doing that to see if there's a love connection. And the number 113 always comes up, and she says it's always associated with a lifeline or love. But you can't really associate it with like the length of my life or something associated with my life. Oh. Wow. Something hit my nose there. It feels like I ate a big ball of wasabi. Oh, wow. That hurt. Taking that medication, it feels like wasabi, eating wasabi. And sometimes it really hurts. Oh, wow. Excuse me, sorry about this. But it's not like, there's no mucus or anything like that. It's just nasal drip from my sinuses. And you cannot swallow that, because then you'll get an infection in your throat. I've learned that lesson from years of having postnasal drip. So when you do this, don't, because you'll get an infection. Back to the gym. Let me tell you something. I can't wait to get back to the gym. Depending on how late I go out tonight, like Tim's sister-in-law is in town, and so is James's friend. So we're going out to Club Havana tonight. I'm going to try not to drink. They will drink. I know they will drink. They will drink a lot. Tim loves to drink. James loves to drink. My God, that man can drink. He's a young guy, though. He's like in his 40s. But we're going to be at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to be at least 6 people. Table seats 9. And it's like $35 minimum spend. So like I've said before, when you go to the club, they say it's a 2,000 peso table. What that means is you go to the table, you have to consume 2,000 pesos worth of alcohol minimum, or pay 2,000 pesos just to sit there. And a bottle of vodka is 2,000 pesos. That's $35 US. And I think when Paul and I went, the most we ever paid was like 4,000 pesos because of the bottles of water, the mixes that you have to buy. Of course, they charge you on those, like the tonic or the Red Bull or whatever. And we bought some food, like little like finger foods. So depending on how, well, tonight is going to go late. It'll go 3 a.m., which is why I have to take a nap. I have to take a nap this afternoon. It's like 11 o'clock. I'm going to get up. I'm going to go produce a video. I'm going to edit another video. I have a video sitting in editing right now that I have to edit. So I'll produce a video and I'll edit that as well. And then probably by 2 o'clock, I'll go to bed and sleep till like 4 or 5. Hey, Joshua, I don't drink either. What I meant is like, we'll go for a coconut, whatever you want to do, brother, we'll meet up and hang out. I'd love to, or you can come here. Come to Mactan Newtown. We'll go to the beach. Go to the beach. You and your wife, more than happy to host you as my guest at the beach here. Private beach. Love to have you around. Sorry, Joshua, I missed you. I mixed you with Tito. Joshua, I truly love and appreciate your energy, brother. I so love it. Thank you. Tito, come and join me at sorry. Tito lives, God, my memory, man. Why is my memory so not good? Okay, so Tito, you live in IT Park, so you can come here. Joshua, please take care of your health. That's the most important thing. I've done this video before, and I've talked about this a million billion times. If you want to retire happy, happiness is a state of mind. But if you have stress in your life, you're not going to be happy. How do you get rid of your stress? Well, there's financial stress, there's emotional stress, which is relationships and family. Financial stress is like, do you have money to pay for your retirement? Do you have debt that you have to service? Emotional is like family and loved ones and things like that, or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And then this is emotional. The spiritual, that's not, I can comment about. And then health. If you are not healthy, that is the worst thing, because then it attacks your emotional stress. It attacks your financial stress. Your financial stress attacks your health. Your emotional stress attacks your health. Okay? Your financial stress attacks your emotional health, which attacks your physical health. So having an ulcer is caused by stress, brother. Get rid of your stress and take care of your health. This is why I'm working out every day. This is why I have lost 2 inches, 6 centimeters off my belly. This is why I have gotten stronger. My stamina, my strength, my energy has gone like this. And even Jasmine said, even Sarah said, your photo, you look so much thinner. Said your face has gotten thinner right here. I used to have a round face. It's now a little triangular. If you look here, my face is now triangular, right? It used to be round here. It used to be very round. And my friends have noticed this. And I'm so happy. Now, I haven't weighed myself because there's no scales around here. I have to go do that. But weight isn't an indicator of health, because muscle is more dense than fat. But I have lost fat. I see it on my belly, on my shirts. And I've actually ripped 2 shirts right here in the back. Below the neckline where my shoulder is. I went like this with my shoulder and boom, ripped it right there at the top. Not on the belly, on the top. On the belly, my shirts are loose. In the shoulders, my shirts are tight because my shoulders have gotten bigger. My arms have gotten bigger. My muscles. I'm so excited and happy about exercising. I'm so pissed I couldn't go. I want to go tomorrow and do cardio. I'll do some light cardio, just get my heart rate going, because I have to exercise my heart. Maybe today I'll go to the pool and do a little bit of swimming just to get, the muscles moving. But I need to rest. That's the most important thing, is get a lot of rest. Joshua, no, I'm not a buff dude. If you saw my belly, no way. No. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. What I'm trying to do is to be flexible, to have good cardio, and to maintain. I don't want to be cut. I just want to be, the word I like to use is svelte, S-V-E-L-T. Just like when I stand, I don't have a protrusion in my belly. I don't want to have abs or a flat belly. When I was 30, I wanted to have a New Year's resolution was to be an MMA fighter by the time I was 40. Yeah, that didn't happen. But let me tell you something. When I was 38 at my divorce, I was on track for a heart attack. From my chin to my neck, it was one straight line. I had no neck. It was just a straight line. I was about 100 kilos. Last I weighed myself, I was 78 kilos, which is about a month ago. Like over 10 years in Korea, I got down to like 80 kilos, 85 kilos. So I'm down. But I'd like to get down to like 70 kilos. I'd like to get down to that weight. I'd like to have a 34-inch waist. I'm about 38 right now. 36, probably 36 now. I'd like to get down to a 34, 32 would be beautiful. I have come a long way. Thank you so much. And it's because of less stress. A lot of it has to do with a lot of less stress and healthy eating. Okay, a healthy diet. No alcohol. I don't drink. I haven't drank. I drink a tiny bit. Okay, once a month. Okay, not every day like I used to in Korea. So in the last 5 years, living in Sri Lanka, I barely drank, once every month maybe, and like one drink, one. Now, if I go out, it's like 2 or 3 drinks and that's it. Nothing crazy. Like we will buy a bottle of vodka and there'll still be 3/4 left. Right? So like you can take your bottles out of the club when you're done. So let me show you something. So you can take your bottles out of the club. So this is one bottle that's been opened, and I had another bottle that was opened, and I married the two. So the 2 bottles together, this is how much. So in 2 nights at the club, we ordered 2 bottles, only drank 1. So that bottle is 700 milliliters. So we drank 350 milliliters of alcohol per night. So over the course of 2 weekends, we drank 700 milliliters. We drank 1 bottle. I would down 1 bottle, no problem, on my own when I was in the clubs. But that bottle's been sitting in my fridge for a month. I took 1 shot. That's it. I don't need alcohol anymore. It's not, oh, you're out at the beach, let's have a drink. No, I just have a juice. I have a juice. Um, yeah, um, so I don't know. I'm allowed to take the bottle out of the club. In Korea, there's no law against open carry or drinking in public, unless you're driving, obviously. But I can carry a bottle of liquor in public in Korea. I don't know what the law is here in Philippines. I should look it up. But I mean, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I have the bottle in my jacket. I'm on the back of a motorcycle taxi going 5 minutes from the club to my house. I should look that up. But I'm not drinking like this on the street or anything like that. You know, the bottle's in my pocket, I'm sealed, and I'm taking it home. Um, I don't know what the law is here on that. So I should look that up. Yeah, that's a good question. But I don't think it is. I haven't seen. And I'm a passenger. I'm going home. I'm transporting my alcohol home. It's illegal? Okay, well, take the bottle away from me and give me a ticket. I committed a crime. Thank you. I've told you about this before. I got stopped by a police officer making an illegal right turn on a red light. There was a sign that said no right turn on red. Right turn on red is legal in Philippines, except when prohibited by signage. I didn't see the sign. Cop pulled me over and said, "Can I see your license and registration and proof of insurance?" I had all that. And he said, so thanks for looking that up. I was going to look it up later anyway. But Philippines is a very, like Korea, no harm, no foul. He pulled me over and he said, "Yeah, it's illegal to do that here. I'm so sorry. I just started driving. I just picked up this motorcycle from the rental shop. I just rented it just now. And I was kind of trying to figure out how to get home and I wasn't paying attention. I did it illegally. Yes, I'm very, very sorry. I'll make sure next time to pay more attention so that I don't make that mistake and violate the laws of the Philippines." I wasn't being conceited or facetious and or anything like that. No, this was in the daytime, Joshua. This was a different day. And I was renting a scooter at the time because my motorcycle was in the shop. So he's like looking at it, he says, "Sir, do you mind if I give you a ticket?" And I said, "Absolutely, you should give me a ticket. I committed a crime in the Philippines and I should be punished for that." And he's laughing and he's talking with his friends. And then he says, "Okay, sir, don't worry about it. Just please don't do it again and drive carefully." I said, "Thank you very much. You guys have a safe day. Stay out of the sun and, keep hydrated." And they were really kind to me. So my friend Tim says, "Yeah, they were waiting for you to say, 'Oh no, is there anything I can do to not get a ticket?' Oh yeah, this 500 pesos could fall on the ground here and then you can drive away." So, I ran into a guy at the pool on Thursday, a foreigner, Canadian, who's overstayed his visa. That was on the 18th or 19th? 18th. Yes, on the 18th. He'd overstayed his visa by 6 days. He was saying, "Oh yeah, I'll just go after New Year's." And I'm like, "No, go tomorrow and get it taken care of. Tell them you were in the hospital sick with sunstroke. Don't say you forgot. That's not an excuse. Forgetting your visa is expiring is not an excuse. You will be deported if the immigration officer is in a bad mood. You beg forgiveness and plead that you are not ignorant, that you're stupid. If you plead stupidity, then they take pity on you. If you plead ignorance, they're like, not my fault. It's your responsibility. It's your visa, not our visa. It's not my name on the visa. It's your name on the visa. It's your responsibility. It's stamped right there. The date. That's your responsibility. People, I don't understand. How do you forget that you have a visa? I love watching online the airport reality shows. There's an old one from England from like the early 2000s. There's a guy smoking in the terminal. I'm like, when did this happen? And it's predominantly the UK, EasyJet and those kinds of airlines, Britannia, which doesn't exist anymore. Anyway. The people are like, my airplane left? Yes, it left at 3:55. It's now 5 p.m. The airplane left. But, I thought it was 5 p.m. There was no announcements Sir, you have a boarding pass. It says 3:55 departure, be at the departure gate at 3 o'clock. So my plane left? Yes, it left. It left at 3:55. Exactly what it says on the boarding pass. But there was no announcement. Sir, you're not listening. Or showing up at the airport. Yeah, I'd like to get on the flight. Passport? Oh, I don't have a passport with me. I have my ID and everything. You need a passport to fly. Well, I've flown before without a passport. Well, you're not flying today. Oh, but the other airline let me fly with it. Go fly with them. You're not flying with this airline today without a passport. Like, just like, I don't understand. I've been to airports so many times, and I see people running to the gate, and I'm like, did you forget that you had an airplane to catch? Or is it, oh, can you just hold the plane? No, there's 300 other people that would like to get on with their trip. We're not holding it just for you. Like, oh, I can't find my luggage. I have to go. I think I left it in the car. And like, it's just like, what kind of an idiot are you? Like, we're not holding the plane for you. And see, this is what people don't understand. The way the airlines work is that they rent the gate for a certain amount of time so that the next airplane can come in. So when their departure time is delayed, they have to pay the airport a huge penalty. Okay, huge. They also have a slot in the traffic pattern leaving on the highway, the airline, the air highway. They have a slot that they have registered with air traffic control that controls the airways. You can't just go and fly wherever you want. You have to register and track your flight path so that the International Air Traffic Control knows where the airplane is at all times in relation to other airplanes for safety. And they know you have a slot and you have to go into that slot. If you don't make that slot, you pay a penalty. So when they say, okay, the flight leaves at 5, the plane starts boarding at 4. And the gate closes at 4:20 or 4:30, which means they have 30 minutes. The plane is still sitting there for 30 minutes. Oh, I can get on. No. Because they're doing calculations. They're doing fuel, weight, luggage calculations, right? And they have 30 minutes to do that before the plane can push back from the gate so that it can get into its slot. So if we let you on the plane, they have to redo those calculations. They've already taken your luggage off. Guys, can you just give me 1 second? I had to wash my face and blow my nose. It's itching. I had to put some cold water on my face. So anyway, um, I don't understand people who don't know how to fly. That's just crazy. I was looking at the videos of Bangkok International Airport immigration lineups, Manila immigration lineups during the holiday. Oh my gosh. I would never. Well, Bangkok, when I fly into Suvarnabhumi Airport, and I fly in there a lot because I know how to say Suvarnabhumi Airport. That name is one of the hardest ones to say. I fly priority. I fly in business class, so I get priority immigration. I don't have to line up at immigration. That lineup, I saw the video just a couple days ago. 3 hours. Insane. Now, Princess Jasmine lands at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday in January. Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember which day. And I use ChatGTP to look at historical flight arrivals at that time. And there's 4 flights all arriving at the same time from Korea. That's the Korean slot. For some strange reason, they've slotted all the flights that they all arrived from Korea at that time. Lady Sarah came at that time. Princess Jasmine came last time she came to Cebu with me 3 years ago. Same time, like 1 o'clock in the morning. So like 3 or 4 flights, she's going to be at least an hour getting through immigration and getting her luggage and then coming out the front door. So I'm not even going to leave my place until half an hour after her plane has landed, because the airport's only 15 minutes from here. So it's not that big of a deal. But I'm looking forward to seeing her. I'm looking forward to hanging out with her and partying with her. It's just going to be having my Korean friends with me here is the best part of living here. That it's so close to Korea that they can just hop on a plane and come over and spend time here. So Lady Sarah's been here in October. Princess Jasmine's coming now in January. My friend came from Subic Bay. She's here now for a week. Lady Sarah's coming back in February. Anuj has been here twice, in October and November. I hope he comes back in February. And then I leave in March. And then I'll be back in August. Probably July. Probably be back in July or August. It depends on how much I can save and what kind of deals I can make here, because I have any contacts now. I have like real estate contacts and they know me. And one of the things I've been doing is like pushing business towards them. So they know that I can make them money. And I've done some good recommendations, and even though things are kind of like not the best here, like I said, there's to go back to the original topic of the quality of condos. They're not the best in the world. They're not maintained. They cut corners. The water pressure isn't the best here. There's no hot water in the kitchen, only in the bathroom. There's no hot water for the washing machine unless you get it set up. I mean, obviously you can get it set up, but there's no hot water in the washing machine or the kitchen. If I were to live here for a year, I would get a water bottle dispensing machine that has hot and cold water. Right now, I just have the tabletop. You put the thing into the thing and It's just a tabletop thing that I bought for $6. It's a water dispenser. You dump the bottle in and it dispenses just the room temperature water. So I want one that is actually chilled and heated. Then I don't have to boil water for coffee. I don't care about hot water in the washing machine because I wash my clothes in cold water. It's not that big of a deal for me. What else? What else would I want? I would probably want a one bedroom, and I've seen a one bedroom, and I've been told I can get it for a good price. So I'll have to negotiate. And I'd like a different tower. I don't want to be on this tower. I want to be on the tower behind me because of the noise that comes from the squatter village behind us and from the water truck that comes 3 times a day to pump water into the reservoir here. I don't know why they're not on municipal water. Don't know why, but there's a truck and the pump is right here. I'm on the 12th floor, but right here, the thing is, just, can't open the window. And you can hear it through the window. And even through the windows, you can hear the karaoke from the, it's loud. But there's a law in Lapu-Lapu, 10 p.m. you have to turn it off. Which is pretty good. That's one good thing the mayor did. Oh, it's gonna start raining, it says. All right, we're gonna wrap things up today. Unless you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, let me know. I wanna always say thank you to you all for your constant support. It's just incredible. We're at 50%. I started this channel August 15th. September, October, November. We're now 4 months in. If we can do monetization by March, end of February, middle of March, I would be so grateful. We're at 2,000 hours and just shy of 500 subscribers. That's 50%. I need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours. I can get the hours. I need the quality subscribers. I want subscribers who are not just subscribing for the hell of it, who are going to watch. Okay? And I know that the people who are watching are in their 40s plus, are predominantly male. I have my female. Thank you very much. And in Western English-speaking countries, North America, Europe, and Oceania. And I appreciate you all. Please continue your support by clicking the like button, the thumbs up, making just any general comment, even just an emoji, helps the channel get out in front of other like-minded people like you so that the algorithm can push the channel towards other people. I want to say just a huge shout out to all of you again for the love, the comments, the criticisms. I love it. And the support, truly. I do this because you guys comment, because you guys engage. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be as happy doing it. All right. But thank you. It's so much fun. So much fun. I hope that I can logistically do the vlog on the 24th, the live stream on the 24th. And if it works out, then we'll do one on New Year's Eve as well. But I want to say thank you to you all. And I want to remind you, please learn to live life. Don't let life live you. Be good to each other. Be kind. Be supportive. Be generous. Be happy. And remember, we're not strangers. We're just friends who haven't met yet. I'm Sri Lankan Sammi. Sammi in Cebu. I will see you all on the other side.